everyone. Welcome back to the Yellow Brick Road Tarot. And this video, do you know what? I felt like delivering some good news. I feel like I wanted something optimistic, uplifting, Lord knows we need it. I will probably do like a general finance and career reading because sometimes it's like, we need to have a serious talk. But today we are doing blessings, unexpected surprises coming in the area of life of your career and finances. So yes, that's what we're going to be doing today. I will leave your images, take a moment, pick your piles, and I will see you there. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, Pile One. Welcome to your reading for the unexpected surprises and blessings coming to your career and finances. For your first oracle card, we're going to pick from the Moonology deck because that is the deck that was like, oh, right out the gate. We have Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon. Look at my reading. And Expect Powerful Change, New Moon Eclipse. What is going on? I suppose this is front of the deck. Sorry, I'm just going to say it turned over. Your commitment is being tested. First quarter moon. Now I'm going to say something from my own personal experience. When something kind of crazy is about to happen, like kind of life-changing an event, usually my life gets very quiet in a way that feels quite difficult. And I'm feeling like the messages, whatever is the most difficult sort of state to be in for you specifically, because like for me, what can send me more than anything else is when it feels like I'm living the same thing over and over again. Like I'm someone basically that needs a lot of I need micro changes in my life to be happening quite a lot. When that thing is not happening, I don't even necessarily need things to be moving forward. I just need things to be moving. So that's obviously got something to do with my relationship to rest, right? To like resting somewhere, being present somewhere. And so it's probably what I need the most because I probably don't give myself enough of that. So there's maybe an area in your life where you might need something, but you don't really enjoy doing it. So for example, for me, it would be like resting, just going through the motions, just enjoying your day-to-day life. Sinking into the mundane sometimes, because it's just like, I need to not be doing this, and this. And maybe you feel the same way, or maybe it's different for you. Maybe it's like, you find change very difficult, right? So maybe the change that's coming is that things are going to settle slightly. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. What I'm trying to say, the purpose of all of that, is that something big's coming. Something very, very big. And this specifically is a change in your career and finances that you have been really, really wanting to happen, but it's almost like the version in your head was realistic to you. So you might have this outcome that you would love to exist. You would love for it to happen, but every time you almost don't even allow yourself to dream of it too much because you're like, well, that's not going to happen, is it? Or it's not going to happen anytime soon. What you're about to experience is so much bigger than what you thought was possible. We Believe in the Impossible Blue Moon. This is like a once in a lifetime opportunity. And I'm really excited because these two cards together, oh, that's big energy. That's very, very big. Let's get into the tarot because I'm very intrigued. I want to know what's going on. Tell me about the unexpected. So this is the unexpected surprise, right? This might even be something that like you haven't even thought of. So as I'm saying, before I was like, oh, it might be something that, you don't allow yourself to think of very often. This might be something that you haven't even thought of because it's literally like incomprehensible to your brain that this is happening right now. The tides are truly shifting. I feel for this group, you might have definitely had a period of stillness. And you might have even been working quite hard in trying to push forward, try to make it to the end goal, but it feels like your end goal was, I'm hearing not big enough. Like it wasn't big enough. And this conclusionary energy that we have here with the new moon eclipse and believe in the impossible is a conclusion that blows the lid off what you believed you'd put in. So like I'm almost feeling like the currency you've given, the energy you've provided, you're seeing the sort of payback for that, and it's so much larger than you thought. I think you can kind of, when you're settled into this phase, really look back and be like, wow, I did work really, really hard for this. Like this is not just a stroke of luck, Anyway, let's see. I think that's too many. For my pile number ones, please. Unexpected surprise. The way your cards are even coming out is insane. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. We have Strength reversed. There's something here with Strength reversed about ease. I'm hearing the word ease. Unexpected surprises and blessings in my pile number one's career and finances. We have the Queen of Pentacles, period. Of course we do. Okay, this is already, I'm feeling like, I'm feeling this rewriting of a script or what you originally believed, okay, because we believe in the impossible. There is something that Spirit's coming here with a message about hard work. You might have believed before this happened that you might have been someone that really, really believed the only way for you to get where you need to go is kind of work yourself to the bone. Like this feels like a group that works really, really, really hard. But there's something about the way that this comes in and what comes in that really alters that perception. Because when I think of the Queen of Pentacles, she is giving Taurus to me. And there is this woman called Amber Khan, The Quietest Revolution on YouTube. Shout out to her, man. And I remember her saying this thing about Tauruses, that she was like, Tauruses are very, still makes me laugh. Tauruses are very hard on themselves mentally and very easy on themselves physically. And I was like, I have never in my life heard something ring so true. Like there's something about a level of ease to your life with this Queen of Pentacles. Like you might find that the achievements and the milestones that you reach now, the profound change that's happening is that there is a flow to it. It's incredibly easy. Like you're not having to exert yourself in the same way anymore. Let's see. And I also feel here with the Strength card, some of you might have been told or might believe or might have been in a lot of situations, my pile number ones, please, that is meant that you, how do I explain this energy? I'm seeing someone in corporate, right? This is just an example. And they're climbing up this corporate ladder in very prestigious companies. And they sort of have to kind of bite their tongue a lot. They sort of have to restrain themselves a lot. They might have had to deal with a lot of behaviors or things like that that are kind of unacceptable. And they know that's unacceptable, and yet you kind of have to just chalk it up to, okay, well, this is just the world I'm in. Like, if I want to get where I need to go, I kind of have to put up with this kind of behavior. Like, it does kind of feel like that with Strength Reverse. There's something about how that was eroding a sense of your self-worth, I feel. Over time, it was very much like a trickle, a drip, drip, drip. And you might not have really realized the toll that was taking. Maybe some of you did. But again, I'm seeing you pushing through those difficult emotional feelings because it's like, no, I've got a goal in mind. I've got somewhere I need to go. So again, this phase feels like it's really rewriting that whole script. Let's see though, for my pile number 1s, please, Spirit. There's for sure something about rest here. Definitely. We have the 9 of Wands reversed. Yeah, you no longer need to be so on guard. Like, it feels like the environment you were in, it might have been very, very competitive. It might have, as I said, involved holding your tongue. You might have had to really watch your back. There might have been a lot of people that were, you know, maybe duplicitous. Maybe you couldn't necessarily trust everyone. You know, you really had to have your guard up. And it feels like the unexpected blessing is that you can really let your guard down, because it is incredibly exhausting to constantly be so hyper vigilant. And this can even apply to money, right? This can apply to your finances. You might have been having to, you might have had to really, really watch your money in a way that it's almost leading to this defensiveness over your income, over what you have. I know we don't have the 4 of Pentacles here, but this could be your energy as well, like your time you might have had. It might have just been affecting all of you, like your resources in general, with this 9 of Wands reversed. One more, please, Spirit. We have the Hermit in front of the deck, because I feel called to take it. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the 10 of Cups. Do you see, this is no tea, no shade to the 8 of Pentacles, okay? But do you see the difference in energy with this 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles? This is someone mastering their craft. This is someone working diligently. They show up every single day. They're constantly getting better. They're constantly perfecting something. And you see in this 10 of Cups, it looks so peaceful. It looks so gentle. There's something that feels very smooth, and this rainbow in the background, like it's very serene. It's 2 completely different energies. This could be for some of you, and this really depends. For some of you, this could even be retirement. You're able to retire. You're able to retire from maybe corporate or whatever job you were in. I can definitely see that with the Hermit card. You're able to go traveling. You're able to sort of spend all this time like getting to know yourself again, tuning back in with yourself. It's like you actually have the time, the energy, the resources to actually spend time doing what you really love. Because when I see this Knight of Wands reversed, I'm just feeling burnout. Like, I'm just feeling the word burnout coming to me quite strongly. As I said, this pile feels very much like extremely hard workers. And you might not have really been seeing a whole lot of compensation for that hard work. Does that make any sense? And yet now, you're able to live in this kind of luxury. You're able to live in this kind of peacefulness, taking it very easy. You don't have to rush around doing this, that, and whatever, this, that, and the third. Sorry. You don't have to rush around doing whatever. You can kind of, listen, let me tell you something. The Queen of Pentacles, your reading feels very like to the point. Like, the Queen of Pentacles is not running here, there, and everywhere. She is not like run ragged, burnt out, you know, waking up at 5 a.m. and going to bed at 1 a.m. Like, that is not what the Queen of Pentacles is doing, because she's already made what she needs to make. She's already done what she needs to do. I would even go as far as to say, like, the Knight of Pentacles isn't doing that either. I don't even know if the page is. Like, the Pentacles energy is very much a slow, gradual build, and it feels like this is where you're at, but maybe there was a point when you're trying to get to this point that you were run ragged. It was all getting too much. And this might even be the energy for some of you that you finally be like, okay, I'm taking a break. I'm taking a break. I need to. You might have even been forced to. You might have had like illnesses pop up, you know, your health might have declined, or you might have had some sort of family issues that have meant that you'd had to take time away. And that is the moment, that is the time when all these blessings come in. And it does feel like the sort of situation where 1 minute it's there, 1 minute it's not there, the next minute it is. Because the way your cards have been coming out, it was only the last two that took a minute. The rest of them, straight out the gate, they were there. So yeah, there is sort of a rapid incoming with this blessing. I don't feel, and again, I would really use your discernment when I'm talking about timing, okay? I don't feel like this might end up being the quickest pile out of this video, if that makes sense. Like, these blessings and unexpected surprises coming in, it feels like it might be the fastest. This could happen in months. This could only be a year. Like, it really doesn't feel like a long span of time that you have to wait for this to happen. This might be that you're able to actually spend more time with your family or the people that you love, you know. I can see people gardening, cooking, really being able to truly enjoy the fruits of your labor, because it might have been that you had the money or you had the position at work and you realize that I'm not really able to enjoy this because all I'm doing is working. Like, that's all I have time for. I barely have time to rest. I barely have time to, maybe you've got a beautiful home, but you hardly have any time to be in it. Maybe it's like, you know, all these things. So I'm really seeing for you guys, definitely, this is a time of slowing down. So it makes sense what I was saying in the beginning. You might have the opposite of what is difficult for me. You might have the opposite of that. And it might take you a little bit of time to acclimatize to that. Okay, because if you go from I'm up to 90 all the way to slowing down, yeah, it might take a little bit of adjustment, but I'm feeling a lot of relief and joy. I'm seeing someone outside. What film is that from? It's from It's Complicated, Meryl Streep. I'm seeing someone outside in their garden where they've got lots of vegetables and fruits growing and they're just picking fruit and whatever. This does feel like it could be a retirement pile. Some of you might be able to do an early retirement. You might be able to retire someone else. I don't know, but it does feel like the kind of time period of really, really intense work is coming to an end. That is the powerful change happening. Shall we take, I'm just going to take some cards from the, what are these called? Tea leaf cards? For my pile number ones, please, Spirit. This is very to the point. This was very, get to rest, girl. For my pile number ones, please, Spirit. She wants to come as well. Broken wishbone. Wish will not be granted. We have cup. You should accept valid criticism. Interesting. Ooh, we have eagle. Triumph over troubles, obstacles. You guys might experience some kind of rejection that feels really crushing just before this comes in. But the reason it is rejected is actually so this thing that is even better can come through. Because as I said in the beginning, this might actually be something you never would have even thought of. You wouldn't have thought up because it would just feel like fantastical to you. There's no point wasting my time thinking about that sort of thing. And so you might be let down by something and it actually leads you to something much better. We have October, so we have the autumn period. That could be very significant to some of you. We have desk, pay attention to your work. Well, that's fitting. And one more, please, Spirit. And we have bowl, plenty of material things. Okay. Why have we got you should accept valid criticism? You might have had people close to you, people that love you, being like, you need to slow down because you're gonna make yourself ill, or you're going to make yourself sick, or this is not sustainable, or whatever. So that could have happened. With broken wishbone, this could be something like, it's like I'm almost seeing a sort of example playing out. This might be someone that's really, really going for a position at work. They're going really hard for it. You know, they want it, they want it, they want it. And someone else gets the promotion above them. And in that moment, you realize it's not fair. This is not an equal situation. I've been working here for this many years and I still haven't been able to get to where I work really hard for this company, whatever. And maybe it's like you join another company or you go somewhere else and you find the job much easier. Your colleagues are nicer. You don't have to deal with whatever you were dealing with at your last job. You don't have to deal with the bad behavior. You don't have to bite your tongue. And it actually ends up being far more profitable for you. You have proper time off. You're able to leave work at a normal hour, like all of these kinds of things. And maybe it even felt like a step down for you, or you felt really, really dejected at having to leave that role or not getting the promotion, and it actually leads you to something far better. Do you see what I mean? That's what I'm kind of feeling. And it's really interesting, valid criticism. Valid criticism. There's something here about really paying attention to, am I accepting criticism that is completely unfounded, that is unfair, that is unjust? Is that happening at work for me? Do they deserve to keep getting my service? You know, do I even want to rise this high in this company if this is the environment that's happening here? You guys might have been there for a long time. Like, I feel this is a pile where people feel slightly older, as in they've got more years behind them in terms of their career. It could be someone younger, but it might feel like you've been there for a really long time. I can see that, especially if it's like a slightly toxic workplace. For some of you, I'm even seeing the specific scenario of like you going to head with this company and winning some kind of payout or something. Like, I can see that here with the Eagle card. I could really see some of you might, what do you guys, like sue or something? Go through some kind of formal process. And I'm seeing that, yes, you could be victorious. You could win this. And that might be leading to some of this, more of this Queen of Pentacles energy. This could be a massive payout that you get. Task, pay attention to your work. feels really extreme. So please just, you know, if it doesn't resonate at all, then, you know, discard this bit. Some of you should be careful that no one's sabotaging you at work. Like sabotaging your work. I just felt that with the pay attention to your work. But it also feels like pay attention to your workload. Pay attention to how much you're taking on. There does seem to be a message really here about watching your health. Health hasn't come up, but I do feel that. And with October here, I'm feeling like this could either happen in the autumn season, or Spirit is kind of drawing attention to the fact that this is the autumn season of your life. This is kind of a transitional season. This is when we're going from one state to the other. This is like you're entering a period of rest. If you think about the transition from summer to winter, and we've got that autumn transitionary energy, it's like in the winter we have that deep rest, we have that hibernation, which is also kind of how I feel with the Hermit card here. So there is definitely something about this deep rest that you're taking. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Like, what am I going to do for money? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm seeing that this is a very, very, like you're not having to scrimp. You're not having to go without. This is big retirement energy. I'm not even going to lie. Like, you guys could just be retiring early for a lot of you. For a hell of a lot of you. And that seems like kind of crazy to me. I'm like, can I say that? Yes, that's what I'm seeing. It just, to sum it up, feels like you can finally relax. Take your holidays, take your vacations, spend time with your family, spend time on your hobbies, spend time on the things that you're passionate about. You know, some of you might be able to do the charity work you've been wanting to do, the volunteering work, get involved in your community, like all of these different things, be outdoors, be in nature. Like it really, really feels like you have time. And with plenty of material things, like you have more than enough. Some of you might have been working towards this early retirement and this is what's coming through. And maybe the belief in the impossible is like, oh, can I really do that? Is that a realistic goal? Yes. Right here. And it's happening sooner than you think. Something unexpected is coming that means that you get this sooner than you think, and you have more than enough to be able to enjoy this. Definitely. So pile number one, that was very to the point. That was quite a quick one. So I really, really hope you enjoyed. I hope you're excited because honestly, this looks incredible. And like and subscribe if you feel so inclined to. And if you guys have any suggestions for any other topics you would like to cover on this channel, let me know down below as well, because I'm so open to taking them. And I'll see you in my next one. Okay, bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading on unexpected blessings and surprises happening in the field of career and finances. I've got a Mamma Mia song stuck in my head. So that is just going on replay the whole time. Let's get into it. I'm going to pull from the Moonology deck for your first oracle card to see what the theme is, what the nature of this blessing is. Ooh, right out the gate, we have Take Time to Breathe Out, Disseminating Moon. Interesting. We have Faith in Your Dreams, Waxing Crescent Moon, and I feel called to take one more. For some of you, you might have really been praying for some time. You might have been praying for some time to figure out the direction you want to go in. And the energy is gaining momentum, Waxing Moon. Or time to focus on some kind of passion project or something you're really excited about, but it's just like you don't have, because it can be kind of this vicious cycle when it comes to career and finances, because it's like, say you want to get something off the ground, like say you have a creative pursuit you'd rather do for a job, or something like this that involves this period of time where you're not necessarily earning anything, or not earning much, but you really believe in this vision, and it's like, I don't have this space to be able to concentrate on this thing because I need to make money to live, right? I'm feeling like a blessing, an unexpected surprise could be that you actually have the opportunity to do this. You actually have some kind of opportunity to fulfill your desires. And we have, it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. There could be some blockages that you have that you're currently working through around what is possible for you. You might have looked at other people kind of getting to do what they love for a job, and you might have had a voice in your head that's kind of like, well, that's not for me. That's never going to happen for me. It's not possible for me. Like, you know how you hear an awful lot people being like, you can't make money off art, like, or like as an author or doing like something like extremely creative, like there's no money in it. You're not going to be able to make any money. And you might have really, really got that in your head. And this feels like a time when you can almost suspend disbelief. Like you even have this space from other people or from those influences to be able to kind of be a bit delulu, because that is essentially one of the most important components to manifesting anything, because in that moment we are crafting or thinking up a new like we are pouring energy into a dream that we cannot see yet. You know, we have no evidence that it's going to come true. We only have that inkling inside of us. And so I'm really just seeing you have the space to get into more of that dreamy place within yourself. What deck am I going to use for you guys? We're going to go Lightseer's deck. Yeah, you have some time to focus on your dreams. Or it's like this energy comes to you that propels you towards being able to start the process. It's sort of like this energy of, you know, even if you can't quit your job or whatever, or even if you don't get this crazy lump sum, it's almost like you get this energy within yourself where it's like, okay, and now we begin. Like, we're going to do the thing. We're going to do this. We're going to achieve this. It's like you have this self-belief that comes to you through this releasing process, through this shadow work, that means that you really start pouring energy into it. And I'm seeing like trickles start coming in. Small pieces of evidence start to build, and it really feeds your confidence to go after this. So let's see for my pile number 2, please, Spirit. The unexpected blessings and surprises coming in their career and finances. We have the Chariot, period. I was thinking about the Chariot the other day. And I was like, this card is so, to me, well, maybe in general, of like this spiritual alignment within ourselves. Like, a lot of the time we can have this dream and it can almost feel as if we're procrastinating on it, because it's like, oh, why don't I just start it? Why don't I just do it? And it's always like, you know, this and this is happening. Maybe I'm making excuses. And you kind of feel like you're watching other people do what you would love to do. And then something clicks, something happens, and mentally, emotionally, kind of in this spiritual body, everything feels like it's moving in the same direction. And things seem to just line up, and all of a sudden you're doing the thing. So there is something about that in this pile. Ooh, we have the Emperor with stability, I wanted to say. We have the Two of Wands. What was I saying? What was I talking about? You have time to actually dream this up. You have time to make some plans. Ooh. We have the Four of Wands. I knew this card was going to come up. For some of you, this could be not necessarily like a passion project or something. This could be involving, like, maybe you want to travel the world. We have the Queen of Wands. This feels like my pile that's very, very creative. This feels like a very creative pile. Whatever this dream is, it feels like it's linked to this creative spark you have within yourself. Just one more for my pile number 2, please, Spirit. I resonate so deeply with your energy. And we have the 4 of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. Ooh, and underneath that we have the Star. Okay. There's something about 7s in this group. 7 and 4s. We've got 4, 4, 4. We've got 7, 7, 7. The 4s and the 7s, maybe you're seeing those repeating numbers, because it's almost like we've got this spiritual alignment and we've also got this grounded stability. We've got this material stability happening here. Anyway, so as I was saying in the beginning, this definitely feels like you are creating the plans. You're starting to feel like, do you know what? This might be possible. Because as I always say, this is the rest of your life. And I almost feel like you've kind of downloaded that aha moment of like, there is, like, I'm crafting my life right now, and this is what I want to do. I don't want to carry on doing what I have been doing. And so, yes, the unexpected blessing coming to you is not just like this inner alignment, but also you find that you're very heavily supported with enacting your plans. So you might have tried previously to get this off the ground, to move in the direction you want to go, and it's like all these kind of circumstances meant that you were kind of caged in, like you just didn't have the time, the space, the energy, the belief in yourself to actually properly go after it. At this point, you're able to go after it. You're able to go after it with vigor. There does feel like there's really travel linked to this pile. Some of you, want to spend some time. Some of you might want to be like digital nomads, or you might want to live in different places. You might want to have some kind of remote opportunity that means you can live in lots of, you're not tied to one place, basically. Some of you might be finding that job or figuring out the steps to be able to do so, for sure. For some of you, I'm seeing something like you might kind of, like, for example, this could be something where you might end up going home to live with your parents. Now, some of you might be like, let me tell you. But the thing about that is, this is what gives you the opportunity, or maybe even the kick that you needed to be able to go after what you want to do. Because again, you have the time, the space, and the resources to be able to concentrate on this. And what might begin as kind of this tool of escapism actually ends up turning into something, because you are feeding it every single day. You're dreaming this up. You're looking at things online. You're like gaining all this inspiration, and you're like, okay, this is the direction I'm going to go in. I see at this time, it's a very empowering time, because you're really able to take charge of your life. Like, you feel like you're really in control of your own circumstances in a way that maybe before you just didn't feel like you had. You guys, this pile, it almost feels like one of my friends is in this pile, and it's coming through as like an example, but the Emperor here. See, the Emperor here, it's not that these opportunities just land on your lap. it's sort of that you realize that you have far more options than you originally thought you did. And it's because the situations you were in before, you were kind of, you were tied up in a lot of different factors. So like, I can't concentrate on this because I need to earn money here, but while I'm earning money here, I have no time to concentrate on this, and so on and so on and so on. You know, all my money is being poured into my rent or my groceries and my blah blah blah. Um, and so there was just like every single time you tried to open a door, it was like a blockade came down, and it was just like it was getting more and more confining. And at this moment in time, it's like those doors are burst open. But it might be through circumstances that don't necessarily feel that comfortable, but they are providing physical rest and refuge. For not all of you will find this period of rest to be, really difficult. Um, but for whatever reason, you're able to take a break. Okay. I feel like a lot of the piles are super to the point today. I don't really know what that's about, but like that's what it feels is happening. Yeah, this feels like my dreamy pile. This feels like a pile that can really, if they tap into their imagination, it can go wild. And this is the point in time where spirit is saying, do it, do that. Okay. Because this is what takes you to this kind of energy over here. When we have the Emperor, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Wands, it feels like you're going to be celebrating something really, really soon. It feels like you have more time to let your hair down, be a bit more carefree. It's like you have more wiggle room. And I mean that in terms of your work-life balance and in terms of your finances. You have more to play with here with the Four of Wands. You have way more time to, you have more resources, time and money to be able to play more. And this also feeds the energy of being able to look at what you're passionate about and pour energy into that. Because if you are a highly creative person in quite a regimented and kind of strict and demanding work life that isn't necessarily where your passions lie, that is going to drain you in a way that I don't think can really be fully explained. Because you might look at what you're doing and be like, well, it's not that bad, but it is, because it's again this drip 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 that means that you feel further and further away from kind of your nature in a way. It's almost like you have to go to your job or go and do what you're doing every day, and it almost feels like a bit of a mask. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's like this energy comes back to you again. I feel like I'm just repeating myself because it feels like quite a clear-cut reading. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely seeing there's more time for partying if you guys are into that. Um, Whatever you do to let loose, I'm seeing that there's definitely more time for that. You guys might go to some summer festivals. You might travel for some festivals, be able to dance more, hang out more. This feels like a very youthful pile by nature. I don't know how old you are, but it just feels like you're by nature very youthful, and it feels like maybe your current set of circumstances have made life feel very serious. And so I feel like you're able to tap into that more playful side of yourself again, like you have the room to be able to do it. Um, with the Seven of Wands at the back of the deck, you might have to defend some of the decisions you're going to make during this time period to other people, but I don't necessarily feel like you're going to have major trouble doing that. It's just a heads up that I'm seeing at the back of the deck. Um, but I'm also seeing that you feel far more certain about what you're doing. Like the more you take time to dream, the more you sort of believe in this dream, the more energy you pour into it, the more you can kind of feel less ambiguous, less feeling like the Seven of Cups where it's like all these choices and I don't know which one to pick and I feel kind of confused and muddled and like I'm getting distracted by this thing, or maybe I'll go this direction, or maybe I'll go over there. It feels like you've really got a clear direction you're going in, as I've said before, and I'll say it again. Just gonna, sorry for that shaking the camera. I'm just going to pick some tea leaf cards. These two want to come out. We have Lion, time to act. There we go with that decisive energy with this Emperor card as well. It's really a time for taking action. And it might have felt before that that energy of taking action, of being decisive, eluded you. It might have been something that was just like, I don't really know how to do, like, I don't know, you know? You might have just felt very depleted, and you didn't quite realize how depleted you were. We have October again, that came up for the last pile. That's very interesting. We have Desk again, pay attention to your work, came out in the last pile. You know, sometimes where you've been doing something for so long that you're almost mindlessly doing it. And it's only when you take a brief break, you take a step back, that you're like, I've been doing this for this many years and this sucks. You know, it's like sometimes you can get so used to doing something that you don't want to do that it takes you a long time to realize that you genuinely hate doing it, because sometimes you can make excuses. Oh, I have to do it. I have to do it this way. And it's just like this opportunity comes where it's like, no, you don't. And you're like, oh my gosh, no, I don't. There is actually a pathway that's appeared that means that I don't have to do this. I don't have to do this anymore. As I said, I really resonate with this energy. Oh my gosh. I used to work office jobs all my life, and literally, I'm just gonna, this anecdotal thing, because I feel like I can talk to you guys. Literally the first time I ever walked into an office job, not a hard office job by any means, lovely people, like very nice. It was at a university. The first time I walked in there, and this is no tea, no shade if you work in an office. This is just like for me personally and who I am as a person. The first time, like literally after the first day, I was like, there is no way. There is literally no way I can do this for the rest of my life. Like, I promise you there's no way. And I went through a really long, drawn out process of trying to convince myself, like, oh, maybe it's the job, maybe it's the industry, maybe if I went for this type of job, maybe if I was in this kind of environment in an office, maybe it's my colleagues, maybe I just need to find something I'm interested in. Meanwhile, everything I'm interested doesn't really exist in a normal office anyway. So there might be something like this where it's like you take this step back and you're like, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. Like, I can't do that. Like, and it doesn't matter which font this comes in. Like, I need to be able to move here. Like, this is what I actually want to do. So how am I going to make it happen? Because I can't live like this forever. Sorry, the way I'm shuffling around in this bag is making me laugh. I'm in such a silly mood today. I've got too much coffee. That's why I had to do a light-hearted reading, because I was like, you're not in the place of something heavy comes up to deal with it. Okay, dealings or relationships with a younger woman. What was I talking about with the youthful energy? Some of you might almost have felt like you've aged in this process. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but and again, it's that youthful vitality that feels like it comes back to you where you're like, you know what? I've got my whole life ahead of me, and I can really make this happen. I can do all of this. Like, this is what I believe in. I feel like you're naturally quite optimistic. It just feels like you know, as I said, over time, that has kind of been eroded by the circumstances in which you found yourself. Like, if you think back to, I want to say when you originally started this journey, so maybe they mean like, maybe Spirit means like your career or your jobs, and you originally went out into the workplace, you might have been super optimistic. You might have had this timeline. You might have had these dreams of what you wanted to do, or at least had a feeling of what you wanted to do. Maybe this was supposed to be temporary and then you were supposed to go into whatever whatever it was, it feels like maybe that was a bit lost along the way. And so now it feels like that energy is just coming back, you know, in a really beautiful way. I'm just going to get a couple more for you guys. Right, let's just go in. We have fan, romance, celebration, party. What was I saying about the partying? Maybe you actually get to meet new people, new job / career. There we have it. You know, there we have it. There we go. Let me get one more. Oh, we have marriage. Maybe you guys going to a wedding soon and you're going to meet someone there. I don't know, guys. This is taking on a whole new thing. Romance, celebration, party, marriage. Are some of you meeting someone at a wedding? Or some kind of celebration or something? Some of you guys in this era are meeting your future spouse. I'm not even joking. You'll be taken care of in difficult times. Yeah, so there's something about you might be presented with a situation that looks less than ideal. And with staff here, you'll be taken care of in difficult times. It turns out to be a massive blessing. As I said, it's an unexpected surprise or blessing. It actually turns out to be something that changes the trajectory of your life by giving you the space to be able to pursue what you love. So, also I'm feeling like the right opportunities will present themselves to be able to have the things you need in terms of resources, in terms of money, for sure at this time. Like, that's why I feel like, as I said, it feels like a spiritual alignment and a material alignment. Like, they're both combining at the same time. Like, you might experience this vitality before, but it's like the external circumstances weren't matching up, or the external circumstances might have been there, but you might have not been feeling it. Now it feels like it's coming together perfectly, and you might find that you're just able to create and create and create. Like, your creativity is kind of taken on a new lease of life. What was the example? Because it's coming to me the other day. I record these audio journals on my phone, which is essentially just an hour of me talking to myself, but it's very necessary for my brain. And I was saying the other day, like, because I did a reading for myself and I feel like it applies here, it's almost as if your coding, your inner coding is being rearranged so that what you're typing in and feeding into the universe, they're producing out exactly what you want / need. And the more that's happening, the more those two things are feeding each other. It's like a reciprocal relationship, right? So it's like you're feeding in this creative vitality. The creative vitality is producing these results, and these results are making you feel more confident, and it's producing even more creative vitality, and it's then producing these results. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Two of Wands here and the dreaming up the reality. It's like the more you spend time pouring into those dreams of what you want your life to look like, the more your inner self is aligning with that and doing the work to be able to get there. And you might find that in like a year's time, because this pilot does feel more of a gradual process, you might find that in a year's time, you're in completely different circumstances and you are way closer to where you wanted to go than the method you were using before. You definitely needed time. You needed this time. You need this time to be able to do this. Now, this Two of Wands directly feels like it is connected, as we've been saying this whole time, to a new career path. This does not feel like a pile that is continuing on the road they're going and is maybe just moving up. No, this feels like something brand new, and it feels like something you have definitely wanted to do. I feel so excited by this pile. Oh my gosh. I feel so excited for you guys. I really, really do. And we've had wonderful piles so far. And this one, I'm like, guys, I get a wonderful feeling. It feels mystical, magical. It feels just incredible. Romance, celebration, party. You might be meeting someone Sorry, I'm pausing because just before I did your reading, remember I said in the beginning I've got the Mamma Mia song stuck in my head. The song, because I was literally just about to say, you might be meeting someone this summer. Because you might find that this summer, for some reason, you have more time and money to be able to like go to social events. I feel like you might meet someone this summer at some kind of event. The summertime for you guys feels like up here. Feels like things are really happening. This could even be next summer though, because as I said, it's like over the course of like a year. Either this summer or next summer. And maybe it is next summer for you guys. It depends where you're at in this process. Maybe some of you are tuning into this reading and you're in the middle of doing this already. So this is kind of confirmation of what's to come. Definitely feels like an entrepreneurial pile with the Emperor here. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but it does feel like for a lot of you it is. Because it feels like for a lot of you, you're either working for yourself, or as I said, you're like remote workers. You can really decide your own schedule. It feels like you can decide where you live, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Some of you are meeting someone. Some of you are meeting someone. Is there a wedding coming up in you guys? I don't know, but I would start saying yes. So if you guys have already been in this process, especially, you guys might be meeting someone this summer and they are marriage material. They are someone very, very interesting. You might not realize it straight away, but you might be meeting a very important person, a VIP in your life this summer. It's very exciting. So anyway, my pile number 2s, I really hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see. Let me know where you're at in this journey. Let me know if this resonates for you. I hope it did. I really, really do. Like and subscribe if you feel so inclined to do so, and comment down below because I love to read you guys' comments. And also, as I said in the last pile, let me know if you have any suggestions for any topics you would like to cover, because I'm very, very open to suggestions. I love to receive them. And I think that's all. So I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye-bye. Sorry, I just wanted to add the Mamma Mia song I was thinking of for you guys was Our Last Summer. That's why I said the summer thing. I just realized I did not explain. I did not mention the song. So you might want to look that up. It could be relevant for you guys. Hello, Pal 3. Welcome to your reading for the unexpected blessings and surprises happening in the realm of your career and finances. Now, I'm going to be picking from the Sacred Forest Oracle for you guys today. So let's get your first couple of cards out and see the themes coming up. Ooh, we have Aspen Spirit Courage. I love this card. Number 3. Jupiter in Leo, I just wanted to say, might be hitting your 3rd house. We have Starry Night Acceptance. Let's just get one more. We have Dragon Power. Very interesting. You guys feel like you've got quite a big mission coming up. Feels like you're about to do something quite, I wouldn't want to say the word powerful. It feels like you're about to do something really like big. That's the only word I can use to describe this. This definitely feels slightly more serious in some way. Now, the actual thing you're about to do might not actually be that serious, like in terms of like what you're actually doing, but it feels quite serious to you. You are definitely taking whatever you're doing very seriously. This is really, really, really giving me the vibes of like, this is giving me soul mission vibes. Like it feels like you're really stepping into something. That's the only way. It's like stepping up, stepping in. Let me begin. Sorry, no. Yeah, it feels like you're stepping up. It feels like, because whenever I look at this card, there's this sort of nobility about it. There's something very noble. There's almost something quite regal. I know that sounds kind of weird, but there is something regal about it. It's sort of accepting your role, accepting what you came here to do. And it might be very much out of your comfort zone. You know how people say, like, the best sort of leaders are the people that don't necessarily want to do that. That it's not they, and by that I mean, like, they didn't grow up being, saying, I want to be in the spotlight, I want to be, a world leader, or I want to lead in this way. It's just people that sort of live their life and just embody that energy. They are bringing me to, if any of you guys have seen Mufasa, like, where is she going with this? If any of you guys have seen the new live action remake of Mufasa, you guys are reminding me of Mufasa in that film. So I don't know if that's extremely a niche reference that you guys are like, I don't know what you're talking about. But if you know, that's the way it feels. Like you're accepting this role that you never saw yourself doing, basically. There's a level of responsibility that comes with this role, for sure. It feels like you are the sorts of people that you always strive to do the right thing. So when spirit's like, I need you to go here, or I need you to do this thing, even if you don't necessarily want to, or even if it's, I don't know how to describe it, it's like, even if it feels scary, basically, to you, or you're nervous about it, you are very much like, okay, well, if that's what you're asking me to do, I'm going to do it. Like, that's the way you guys feel. So I don't mean like, oh, you're constantly putting yourself in situations you don't want to be in, because, like, that's no way to live our lives, nor would spirit make us do it. But it's sort of like you hear the call and you answer it, essentially. So I'm very intrigued to know what this is all about. Maybe it was okay. Maybe it was this kind of thing that you knew you could make a difference. You knew that your skills were valuable, but it either felt like the timing was off, or you needed time to build the courage within yourself to go after it, to do the thing. For some of you guys, I'm feeling like this is quite a specific example, so this might only be for a couple of people. I'm seeing like someone relatively young, and by that I mean maybe under the age of 25, although it doesn't necessarily actually have to be. And you're able to finally gather enough money, for example, to be able to move out of your family home that was maybe toxic or dysfunctional. In some cases, it could be abusive. And you're able to do that. Like, when I'm seeing Starry Night Acceptance, like, the reason I'm feeling that kind of like, okay, this is what I've got to do it, is like, some of you might be moving your siblings out. You might be looking after them, moving out of this family home. Like, it does have that kind of vibe. So this blessing feels less, it doesn't feel as playful as like the last pile, but it is an immense blessing. You guys feel like very responsible people. You really care about the people around you. You might have been a child that grew up with a lot of adult responsibilities. Let's see, for my pile number 3s, please, spirit guides. Yeah, some of you might be moving your younger siblings out. You might have finally got like a big enough home, for example, to be able to have them. And you're going after custody or something like this. Like, that's the way it feels. We have 1, because this was way too many. We have the 8 of Wands. Okay, so this is another pile where this is already in the works. This is not something where it's necessarily coming out of nowhere, although it could be, but I'm not necessarily seeing that here, because it feels like you've stepped up in some way, shape or form. You've begun this process. And I do see that it moves along fairly quickly. This does not feel like a long drawn out process, to be quite honest with you. We have the King of Wands. You're doing something really brave. Let's see what else comes through. We have the Queen of Pentacles, period. Love to see her. You guys are doing something really impressive. I don't know what this is. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Star. Front of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords. Back of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. So, of course, this is going to be different for all of you. So, you know, if those specific examples does not resonate with you, that's okay. We'll get into it. As I said before, there is a serious edge to this pile, but as I said, exactly what you're doing doesn't necessarily need to be serious, but my lord, is it big. And for this pile specifically, as I said, this does not necessarily feel like some kind of divine intervention or this sort of random string of events or, you know, something like this. What is the unexpected part of this is that you're doing all of it. You are what makes this happen. You are the person that does the thing. This might be something that you couldn't fathom doing even a couple of years ago, and now it feels like you're really gearing up to do it. What is it? For some of you, this is like owning a business. The reason it feels big is because for some of you, this pile, you might be incredibly young. There's something about the category that you're in. It's very unusual to see someone like you achieve this thing in this category, whatever that means. So in some way, in your career and finances, it's unusual to see someone like you, that's what it is, doing this, achieving this, going after this even. But this is something that you've had your sights set on for a while now, I'm seeing. And it's sort of like you were gathering the inner resources to be able to go after it. In the Moonology deck, there is this card called, that says the energy is gaining momentum, and that's exactly what I was seeing with this Eight of Wands. But you have for sure started this process yourself, and it feels like the results are coming in very quickly. Yeah, it feels like results or an outcome or an approval for something, or it could even be like customers. Okay, hang on. You have this very old soul energy. You might either have a lot of life experience, or you're someone that's like wise beyond your years. You know how that saying goes. Because with this King of Wands here and this Queen of Pentacles, I'm almost getting this inner outer journey, or this the way you take action and what flows to you as a result of this. So with this King of Wands here, you're able to turn your enthusiasm, your passion. You're very, very skilled at like having something you're passionate about and dedicating time to it, and you're not burning out too fast. You're able to keep this really steady rhythm, this steady flow, and be able to go after this thing, go after what it is you desire, go after this goal. And it's not in a very like trudging, like I'm working myself to the bone, it's really difficult, it's like taking everything I have out of me. It's like you have this inner fire, this inner energy that means that you're able to sustain it. You're able to keep the fire burning, and it brings you into this energy of like in your inner world, because this is the way you sort of take action, right? In your inner world, you're showing up as this Queen of Pentacles, ready to receive, and it flows to you. This abundance is just flowing to you. I'm seeing a level of luxury, whatever that means to you at this time. A level of luxury you're able to achieve. You guys might have done some really deep work on yourself, because when I see this Courage card, that tells me that you've triumphed over something here. And there's a lot of cards here, like both of these are really giving me the energy of like, again, this energy of triumph. So you guys might be the pile that have been doing a lot of shadow work. You've been doing a lot of kind of recalibrating your brain, your subconscious settings, your cybernetic settings. You might have been involved in a lot of self-help podcasts, books, audiobooks. You might have done a lot of journaling. You might have, like, it feels like you've really, really done the work, and now it's like, okay, we're ready to do it. Like, you guys are really impressive, I must say. And at this moment in time, yep, you're thinking about expansion, expanding whatever it is you're already doing into something very, very large. That's why I felt like this pile is young. But it's just an example, like maybe it could equally be like you don't necessarily see people of this ethnicity in this line of work very often, or in those kinds of positions. Like there's something that feels very, very impressive about the fact that you're able to do this, because you set your sights on something even bigger. Because I'm seeing like what you already have achieved is massive. The fact you're going even further already, I want to say, is like, wow, you have a lot of ambition, essentially. You have a lot of ambition, and I'm seeing that at this moment in time, because of all this inner work it feels like you've done, you've got this level of, I know what I need to do, I'm going to do it. And this is just a side message for those of you here who did feel like you had to grow up kind of too early and you had to take on a lot of responsibility that maybe someone from your age shouldn't have to. And a very unexpected blessing or surprise is that fun is really returning to your life. You're able to have a lot more fun. Despite the fact that you're doing something really big here, I'm feeling like it also gives you the opportunity to have a lot more time for, I almost want to say, like, that's why I feel like age appropriate life, like age appropriate activities. But essentially you're just having more time to just enjoy yourself, to just be kind of out in the world doing what you want to do. Like you feel like you have a lot more freedom to be able to do that. But yes, with this Two of Wands here, you've definitely got your sights set on something big, something large. Okay, let's pick a few of these tea leaf cards. I just want to get some more messages. But yeah, I'm feeling like someone here is getting accepted to something. Like, for example, I'm seeing someone that maybe they're the first person. It's like the first person in their sort of family to like maybe go to university or whatever. But you're not, it's not just that you're going to university, you're going to like Harvard or Yale or like Cambridge or Oxford or something like that. Like it's just, it feels like, whoa, that's really, that's what I mean by that kind of energy of like you're expanding even further. Maybe you're going for a scholarship and you're getting accepted, you know? It's that kind of thing, yes. There's a card here that wants to come out. Money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. You guys are going after the bag, period. And it feels, it's again, it's you guys doing it. Like you're creating this. So that's what also makes it so impressive. You're not, it's like you're not waiting for the opportunity to come to you. It's like the abundance flows to you, but you're going after the opportunities. You're actually creating it. Mice, discord amongst friends and family. So this might be alluding to the point I was making earlier about, you know, you might be moving out of maybe a toxic household or a toxic living situation. We have May. So this could be obviously talking like next May. I don't know. I guess for this pile, like it could be next May, but I'm also feeling like Spirit is saying this is kind of this springtime era of your life when you start to see, when you start to see those seeds fully blooming. Because you know, May is just when we sort of transition into the summer months, right? Things really start to grow in May. Well, at least here. So there's something about this happening. Lobster, financial pinch. Let's just get one more. Oh, we've got three more. Quill, get back to basics. That's this energy of this Two of Wands of like drafting the plans, expansion. Flute, disappointment in friend or lover. Cat, a two-faced friend. And we have July. Okay, so it feels like you're in this kind of transitionary point where, as I said, things start budding, things start moving. You start to see evidence of these plans you've been making with the Star and the Two of Wands. And, you know, July is when we are fully in the summertime. We're fully in when everything is growing, when it's like full-blown summer, right? So there's something about this transitionary time that you're in right now. It feels like you guys are here right now. Because as I said with the courage card, it's like you're plucking up the courage to do something. You're just about to act, or you just have acted. We've got a lot here. Well, we've got two cards here about friends coming up. Why? We've got three cards about friends. Maybe you're moving away from your hometown. Maybe you're striking up and doing something different. Maybe you've realized that the people that you surrounded yourself with, you're not aligned with them anymore. Or maybe you never really have been. And it's like, I don't know, you feel like someone who is very independent, and it feels like you are beginning to live life on your terms, essentially. Like that's really how this feels. It feels like you're leaving behind, honestly, a lot of dysfunctional people, behaviors, places, environments. Like it feels like you're really leaving that behind and you're going out and seeking something else for yourself. And you're actually able to make it happen. That's the thing. Like with Quill, get back to basics, and a path of money is waiting for you. It's like you're able to draft the plans. You really have this brain where you're able to like not just sit and dream something up, me, but you're also able to be like, okay, this is how we do it. We're going to do this step, this step, this step. And you just go after it. And I'm seeing that the results come in fairly quickly. And even with this lobster financial pinch, you're even kind of preparing for that. And you're like, okay, well, if I've got to go down to this amount of money for the time being, I'm going to make this much back, or I'm going to be able to save to be able to do what I want to do, you know, move somewhere, as I was talking about. But I'm seeing that the path that you're going down, if some of you feel slightly worried about it, although I don't necessarily see that energy in this spread, Spirit is saying it's going to be a very prosperous path for you to walk down. This might have really been a journey of walking by faith, not by sight. And I think Spirit's just coming in here to reassure you, like, this is 100% going to pay off, and you are definitely doing the right thing. You are 100% moving in the right direction. But I feel like you really know that with the Ace of Swords at the front of the deck. Like, you know and you understand that this is the right move for you to make. But maybe in those moments of when things feel slightly more difficult, it can be hard to remember that. But it's like this energy that you should tap into within yourself of like, I know I'm making the right decision. Like, I know the messages I've been receiving. Like, I know this inner knowing that the more I move along this path, the more I'm going to create this beautiful life for myself. I'm seeing the story that, I don't know if you guys know all the feral fawns on YouTube, but I remember she has a video where she's talking about like the journey to where she is now, like on YouTube, and living in the beautiful property she's in now. And there's something about that journey that's sort of reminding me of you guys. But anyway, I don't know if that's relevant to anyone here. So this is really impressive, and it's 100% this bravery is going to pay off, for sure. And with the 10 of Cups, just as the last little note on the back of the deck, I'm really seeing that moving away, because it feels like for a lot of you guys, it might be about moving away, you know, getting your own place, whatever. I feel like you're definitely going to be able to have that family by choice kind of thing, meeting all a kind of soul family, meeting people that really, really resonate with you, that really love you, that really care about you, and you care about them. And it's this beautiful reciprocal relationship where you just feel like, you know, that song by Janae Aiko, Magic Hour, where it's like, it's not perfect, but everything's beautiful now. That I'm really feeling that with this 10 of Cups, you know, it's like maybe everything isn't all the way at 100, but inwardly, because of the support you have and how you emotionally feel, you just feel so fulfilled and satisfied and settled and safe, which is maybe everything you've been hoping for and more. But this move is very brave, and you know, you should be very proud of yourself for doing it. So pile number 3, that is all I have for you for this reading. These readings were pretty clear cut, actually. I really hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe if you did. Comment down below, let me know if it resonated, and if you have any other suggestions for any future videos, I'm always open to hearing it. And I will see you in my next one. Okay, bye-bye.